So I don't know outside there, what's happening? If you appreciated, how comes that you appreciated? Do you get all the resources you have? Do you work so hard? Do you get to think a lot?
I'm not going to answer your question satisfactorily, but let me try something, okay?
Thank you.
The public health community has worked for many years on things called knowledge, attitudes, and behaviors, right?
Right.
And that is to examine that problem of adoption, right?
Right.
I've always wondered why the agricultural and scientific community doesn't do the same. I'm a generalist. But from where I sit, I'm always wondering, why doesn't behavior, communication, and change programs, why aren't they relevant to all developmental interventions? And no one's been able to provide me a very satisfactory answer.
I'd really like to invite the lab directors.
I think we are going straight. The reason we have RAN is, what is RAN? We are going to use our universities with the students and faculty to develop innovations that we will carry out of our universities and answer the questions that are in the communities, creating resilient communities. And that is, we are talking about the developers. You are going to be in these labs, and that's where your work is going to be. And the appreciation will be taking it from there to the community. What you have done before and has not gone there, that was not right. So let's not take task my colleagues here, because this is completely out of the, what we are doing is take our universities out of the university to the communities with our innovations and apply them there.
And the groups are going to be putting together their work plans, and we heard yesterday a lot about the importance of monitoring and evaluation and indicators for each step. So there's a little bit of a tension between adaptive design and then monitoring and evaluation. I wonder if you want to say maybe a little bit about how USAID handles that.
Yeah, I wish we could talk all day and the next day, because I could write a book about this actually. That there is this inherent tension, and I think it would be foolish to pretend that it doesn't exist, because where tensions exist in terms of your universe, there are multiple. One is the one for deliverables. You have clear deliverables, and things happen, and things will change, and we need to sort of have open communication on that. Now, the other tension that you may encounter, which is one that's in many of my projects, is the one of research versus implementation. And there is this very inherent tension. For example, I've been in discussions where my partner, who is supposed to be implementing a nutrition activity, says, okay, my work plan is I'm going to start working in these 3 districts because there are existing networks in those districts, there are existing groups, we've worked there before. If we want impact, that's where we're going to start. And their external research partner says, actually, I'm helping you with the research arm, and it would be really helpful if you could randomize your work plan and your sort of startup. And then they look at USAID and say, we'll fight this battle, who wins? And it's neither. You just have to work to kind of get there. Now, what the reality, I'm being recorded, but I will say this, is that in parts of USAID culture, it has been for a long time just development, deliverable driven. You have your outputs, you have your deliverables, you must achieve them. And that is a reality. But there's also another reality that comes along with the new design guidance and sort of this new emphasis on evidence in terms of a willingness to talk more openly about, here's what we're finding, and I don't think this is going to work as a partner. Are you, USAID, okay with giving us the flexibility to change things and to make it work? And by the way, the whole reason why we're doing this is for better results. So yesterday, I was in a meeting with another colleague of mine, and I happen to have a project that's exceptionally lucky in that this learning and adaptation is actually in the contract. They are contractually required to identify problems. They are contractually required to change their work plans, and they get awarded for it, by the way. If they come to us and say, we found these crazy things, this isn't going the way we thought, they get extra money in their pockets because they've identified a problem, they found a solution, and they brought other people along with them for better results. And another colleague of mine said, but this is crazy, we already know what works, they need to just go and start doing. And I said, well, the thing is, we think we know what works, but it's not always the case.